Hi, I'm Sam Pecoraro. I'm the brewmaster at YCH Brewing in Portland, Oregon. So we've been around for 6 years, and we probably started leaning on extract products about 5 years ago. We're constantly looking to innovate. We're constantly looking for increased efficiencies, increased shelf stability, increased pre-dry hop aroma, and ease of use and storability. Today we're at our Pearl District location brewing our anniversary collaboration with Firestone Walker Brewing Company, and we're using Simcoe YCH 702, which has just been commercialized and is now called DynaBoost. We trialed DynaBoost right when it came out, and we've used it several times since then and been very happy with the results. So we brewed everything from multiple West Coast IPAs, including one of our flagships, and then also a hazy IPA. So Matt, what are we brewing today?
We're brewing a collab.
Yeah, we're brewing our 6th anniversary collaboration, and then today is the West Coast IPA.
It was pretty easy when it came to formulation time because I think we were on the same wavelength. In the case of the West Coast IPA today, we're using a lot of Simcoe.
All different Simcoe products.
Yeah, all the Simcoes are going in.
Yep.
We're using cryo hops, regular pellets, CO2 extract, as well as DynaBoost. So are these 2 different lots? Is that what's going on here?
Yeah, so this is Wyckoff and Loftus.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I like them both, so I don't think you can go wrong. You're right, that's a little punchier, a little danker. This one's a little more fruit forward. Maybe that one would be elevating this a little bit.
Yeah,
we still get some of the fruit. All right.
Good hop selection. So we're kind of a portion of the way through the brew day already. Earlier, Brendan milled in, so that's upstairs. You can't see our grist case from here, but YCH Brewing Pearl, we're on a 3-vessel brew house, mash mixer, lauter tun, and kettle whirl combo. After milling in, we just have a gravity-fed system where we go through a series of steps in the mash mixer, transfer over to lauter tun where we vorl off and run off into the kettle. Later in the day, this will be the Firestone Walker collaboration anniversary 6-year extravaganza. Today we're kind of changing up what our normal process would be, where 10 minutes left in boil, we'll add a pretty heavy addition, typically like 600 GMA of CO2 extract, followed by a staggered whirlpool addition that's typically around a pound a barrel of T90. We're gonna amp it up a little bit, and in addition to the CO2 extract, we're gonna still do that staggered whirlpool addition. Nice catch. We'll do that staggered whirlpool addition, but we're actually going to do it with 2 different types of Simcoe. So we're going to do a Simcoe T90 and a Simcoe Cryo. Post whirlpool, we're going to actually knock out into fermenter on 2 kilograms of Simcoe DynaBoost. So we've used CO2 extract for a long time, and I think everybody knows it comes in a tin and it's very concentrated and viscous. DynaBoost is a lot more flowable. It comes in a jug, a container that's very easy to pour and reseal. One method that a lot of people have been using recently is using a flowable extract product in fermenter. There's different names for it, hop dipping, etc. We have trialed that several times to great results. That involves adding the 702 into the fermenter as you're knocking out. You're gonna have a hot contact, homogenized, and then followed by a cold knockout to bring it back down to temperature. The big difference there, I think, is what we've seen in pre-dry hop aroma and flavor. The whirlpool edition will be more flavor oriented. We're seeing a fuller, bigger aroma in the FD edition. I think there's a lot of ways to play around with the addition in whirlpool. With DynaBoost, what we typically do, we'll hit under 185 and we'll make sure that the DynaBoost is homogenized in the whirlpool, and then we'll have typically a 20 to 0 minute whirlpool spin followed by a half-hour rest. So we're looking at full contact time before knockout is probably somewhere between a half hour and 50 minutes. Our typical process here on whirlpool additions is to lower temperature to around 185, 180. On our 10-barrel system, because it's a kettle whirlpool combo, we typically stagger the additions so that we don't get any floating, and we also think we get a little bit of increased complexity. When we're swapping from a T90 to a flowable product, what we'll typically do is just substitute a portion of those T90s and keep the addition at the same time. Typical beer might look something like, at whirlpool off, 5.5 pounds. At whirlpool plus 5 minutes, we may add a portion of the DynaBoost and then continue on with another 2 additions after that. We've played around with a lot of different rates. Typically, we're looking at around 1 liter to substitute for 11 pounds of T90 hops, but we really don't like pulling out all of those T90s. We do like some of that polyphenol and tannin that comes from that in a hot side edition. So we'll typically keep a minimum of 11 pounds per 10 barrels of T90 in any recipe. Whenever you're substituting any type of flowable extract in for T90, you're gonna probably wanna consider adjusting minerality, dryness, bitterness. Anytime you're pulling those polyphenols out for a product that has less, you're probably gonna wanna make some adjustments. When we're making that swap for 702 from any other product, we need to take into consideration that the T90s or the cryo that we selected may be very specific to what we're looking for in a Mosaic, where the DynaBoost is more representative of Mosaic as a whole. So we need to make sure that we're taking that into account when designing our beers. The biggest benefits for us at Von Ebert by far with DynaBoost are the increased storability and the consistency of oil content. We're always trying to trial everything that's new. As soon as anything comes out, we want to make sure that we're one of the first breweries to trial it. YCH has been a fantastic partner. As we're growing and expanding, we think DynaBoost is going to be a big portion of that growth.